What up, YouTube? I ain't been on here in a cool minute because I have had my family down from out of town, my grandbabies, my oldest son, and I just didn't feel like making a video. But my son is still here. One of my grandbabies has left and went back home. I still have one grandbaby on here. I'm not really gonna put her on here because my channel is not a kids channel because I do a lot of cursing and all that. So I don't know. I don't even know if I made a point. But anyway, I'm just not gonna put her in here. Um I just came on here just to speak about things that are going on. It's just getting wild out in here. I mean, it's to the point where I honestly want to delete my Facebook because Facebook is saturated with misery, depressive things, a lot of hate, a lot of misinformation, just and it can drain you. It like can mentally drain you. It can drain you mentally until that mental drain turns into a physical drain. So I kind of steer away from Facebook as much as possible now. I'll be on there sometimes and I may comment on some things because some things people are just the level of ignorance that comes out of people's typing fingers is ridiculous. It's like they just say things just to say things, just to get a rile out of people. Sometimes the most part, they spew a lot of hate, which is ridiculous. They blindly comment on things that they really don't even have any kind of logic to back it up with, and it just infuriates me. It infuriates me the amount of hate and ignorance that America has. And people try to say that America has passed the days of, you know, days of prior years, but in reality, no. You just have people who didn't show their true colors. But with this president, um, you have people that's showing their true colors or their true ignorance, which some people they should have just left that in their head and didn't put it out there because you sound ignorant, you look ignorant. And then the sense of entitlement that people have. I mean, like, Americans are so full of themselves and are so selfish. I'm an American, but I'm not a selfish person. Like, I believe in helping others when they need it. I believe in trying to understand other people, and I try to understand other people's point of views, try to see where they're coming from, and maybe it can give me insights into my own views. But half the time, people just saying stuff out of pure ignorance and pure entitlement and pure, you know, being hypocrites and selfishness. You know, like, y'all the only people on this planet. It's billions of people on this planet. It's billions, millions of people in America. And you guys just constantly are trying to tear people down for purely entertainment. For pure entertainment to build your own self-esteem up, you want to tear other people down. And it's ridiculous. And I feel like that Facebook, that's all Facebook is. Um, who was that honking? Oh, that's all Facebook is purely. It seems like that's all Facebook is for. Like, at one point, Facebook was cool. It was cool, but right about now, I'm ready just don't. You can't even delete Facebook. You can deactivate it, but you can never delete, which is bullshit. You should be able to delete your information off that fucking app altogether. They should not still hold on to your shit. If you don't want your fucking shit on Facebook, you should be able to delete your fucking shit off Facebook. And this may seem like a Facebook rant. It actually isn't. It's just to show that whenever you give people open platform, which is okay, because everybody is entitled to their shit, you know, the positivity leaves and the negativity floods. Like, this country is so divided to it's fucking ridiculous. It's so divided to it's fucking ridiculous. And the only reason why it's divided because you have people who feel like they're superior to others, and other people are inferior, and you have a lot of people who are emotionally broken and they like to take it out on other people, and you have people who are just, they feed off of hate and ignorance and destruction, so they love to just put it out there, and they love to like make other people miserable. You have a lot of these people in the world, and they have to find something to attach on to, I feel like, to make themselves feel better. They have to have something to attach on to to spew out their insecurities, their egos, their hate, their, you know, mindset. And it's toxic. It's all toxic. So I know I'm not the only one who feels like, you know, Facebook is becoming a toxic platform. Too toxic for me. And I'm not the type of person that um I don't like toxic shit. I'm an introvert. For mainly that reason on Facebook, I'm an introvert. I like to keep to myself for the most part. I love to only interact with close people, family, close friends. But other than that, I don't want to deal with people because it's a thing where negativity can rub off on you. It can rub off on you, and it can make you mentally drained, and it can break you. A lot of toxicity can break you. It can break you mentally, which turns into physically. I think, and don't quote me, I'm not a doctor, psychologist, or nothing, but this is a contribution to a lot of people with depressions, because you have a lot of falsehoods out there where society has built all these things that are not real. You know, they build all these things that are not real, and make all these unrealistic expectations of people, and just have this fake ass image of life. And when a person is trying to follow these rules, or, you know, societal direction, then it can become overwhelming, and maybe it leads to depression. It can lead to a lot of stuff, and it's too much. It's too much. That's why I believe in nothing, only what I feel makes sense to me. Religions, I don't believe in religions. I don't believe that we should be bound to following some religion that somebody made up hundreds of years before we were born. I don't believe in any of that. You know, it's okay to like understand a religion, or kind of, you know, pick something that best suits who you are. But as far as just blindly following shit like that, no. Blind. I used to blindly follow the idea like you had to reach goals of having your white picket fence and your luxury car and live in this kind of neighborhood. No, happiness is what you make it. Happiness is what you make it. If you live in an apartment all your life, long as you happy and you ain't tripping, then that's what. If you don't have that luxury car, you know, but you have a car to get you from point A to point B, and you're not worried about nothing, that's happiness. You know, if your family ain't got all the money in the world, and sometimes y'all struggle but y'all pay y'all bills, then you know that's happiness, because you have that family who is there for you, there with you, struggling at the same time. You know, you can't find the beauty in it at the point of the time when you're struggling, but when you look back at it, you be like, man, you know, we did that together, or, you know, we got through that. You know, it ain't always about money, and that's the thing. This society makes it like if you poor, then you can't be happy. If you can't go to Disneyland, you can't be happy. If you ain't got that expensive ass car, you can't be happy. When in actuality, yes, you can. You can. You can be out in the middle of a jungle with no internet and be happy. Okay? You can have a little bitty ass 1 bedroom apartment and appreciate that you got that little bitty ass 1 bedroom apartment still being out in the street living in some tent. You know? It's the little things, and people focus so much on the wrong shit. People focus so much on the wrong shit because with all this hate, animosity, uh, all this trying to down people and the selfishness, we all gotta die someday. And what is all that you did? All that, is that gonna keep you from dying? No. Is that gonna keep you from not being here when it's time for you to go? No. You just lived a life of misery for no reason, and you can't redo that shit. You know, and it takes a lot for people just to think back on what have I done for myself to make myself happy instead of what am I doing for society to make society happy. It ain't about society. Individuals make up a society. It depends on which road you take. You want to take a societal road? Then go ahead, be a part of the sheep, be a part of the flock. But whoever created us made us as individuals, not as groups. You know what I'm saying? So you got to individually find out what makes you happy and stop trying to live for what everybody says you should have or do to make you happy. Ain't nobody got to have no goddamn corporate job. Ain't nobody got to be working on 9 to 5. Money can be made different ways. You know, if that's what you want to do, money can be made different ways. We are all creative in our own way, and we need to find out which ways will help us make ourselves, make this life on this planet while we are here enjoyable. That's the key. That's the idea. And this is why, getting back to that damn Facebook, it's a toxic cesspool with a whole bunch of miserable ass, unhappy ass, hateful ass people that like to spew the shit and get into these fucking online arguments. And at the end of the day, what did that argument do? It didn't do shit but piss you off and make you upset and fuck up your day. Right? So, for me, I think I'm gonna cancel Facebook. Instagram is cool. I just watch pictures. And Instagram, for some reason, I don't know, the people I follow, it's not as toxic as Facebook. That's crazy. But yeah, it's like a little rant, but on top of that, little motivational thing to do you, be you, because nobody else can be you. You can only be you. And if you want to follow the flock, that's your decision. If you want to make yourself happy, that's also your decision. And you have to do what makes you happy. So at the end of the day, stay up, care for yourself. Number one. If you don't care for yourself, you are no good to nobody else. So protect your mental, protect your heart, protect your soul, protect your space. And I'll talk to you later.